Midwest, it might be even more difficult because Team West is one of the highest seeded, not the highest seeded, but second highest seeded. And we got Boomy. Ooh, Boomy locking in with Cassidy. This is spicy.
Oh, it is.
This is unexpected.
Yeah, that's interesting. We've been seeing Boomy almost purely on the Onyx all the way through the entire Pro Series so far. And I'm wondering if it's a slight adaptation to how things went before, but you know what? Whatever it might be, I'm really excited to see it because Boomy's opening up with a hammer, putting out a ton of neutral sigs, and really keeping Blaizzy on their feet as they're opening up to fight against Boomy in game number, well, I say game number 1. It's like section 1 of the crew battle.
Chapter 1, paragraph 1 here.
Well, it's because no matter what you do against Team Midwest, your goal is to defeat Boomy, maybe only taking 4 to 5 stocks of losses. That's what I feel.
And it's proving so true right now as Boomy already has taken a stock off of Blaizzy. Which, by the way, Blaizzy here in the crew battle, they had Blaizzy playing in the 2v2 instead for Team West yesterday when they won. It was Blaizzy and Luna in the 2v2, and it worked really, really well. So they're switching it up today, having Blaizzy playing in the first crew battle slot. I got to imagine specifically to try and counter Boomy. They know that Team Midwest is going to be front loading with Boomy in the crew battle, and so Blaizzy being here has got to have been a choice by the team. Like, Blaizzy, we think you are the most capable of taking Boomy down without losing too many stocks. But no one expected Boomy to come in with Cassidy. What is this, 2019 BCX?
Yeah, it is very interesting indeed compared to what we've been seeing. But Blaizzy showing that power right there with the D-Light down air recovery, that confirmed knocking off the top, even if the stock's 2-2. And I like what you said about the idea of doing like the counter aggression by putting in the best player that they think they have against Boomy into the crew battle first, because you're right, this is the strategy Midwest has been going through the entire time, and making the team of Zexis and Luna. I think what's interesting about Team West is that really when it comes to all 5 of their players, they have powerful 2v2 options depending on how they want to address.
Yeah, they really can mix and match more than a lot of other teams can. But still, you know, they've always got Java there. They got Java in the final spot. So what they're thinking Blaizzy to take out Boomy, but still have Java, who is their anchor, who will play in the tiebreaker if needed. You know, they clearly trust him as the most powerful 1v1. Oh, what a weapon throw.
I can't believe my
Beautiful.
eyes. Boda, it's a lead for Team West against Team Midwest.
Wait a second.
This is crazy. I didn't even consider that the crew battle is what Team West would try to snipe off of Team Midwest, but I feel like that's what I'm witnessing right here. Oh, that's so amazing.
Wrenched on Team Midwest has gotten so used to not having to play very much in the crew battles. He might have a rude awakening now. He might need to wake up. Someone wake up Wrenched. I think he's going to need to play some stocks here.
We were preparing for the cast a few minutes ago, and I remember asking, like, has Wrench played in the Pro Series yet?
he's gotten some clutch KOs.
Yeah. Oh, is that it? Boomy's down.
Wait a second. That's actually a super early kill too. Blaizzy's got almost a full stock. This is huge for Team West.
Boomy's down, only taking 2 stocks. Only taking 2 stocks in the first crew battle. This best of 3. Zacoi's coming out swinging, putting some damage on the Blaizzy, trying to even things up. Zacoi being that the second player in the lineup for Midwest. Wrenched is almost certainly going to look to be playing his old 3 stocks if the Blaizzy continues at this rate, because the damage is even right now. Blaizzy might be the one taking 4 stocks of a Team Midwest here representing Team West. Oh, the 6 just go wide. Oh, man.
Zacoi might equalize in time. He's already taken too much damage, though. I mean, more damage than Blaizzy has. Wait a second. Blaizzy might take 5 stocks right now. One more hit. He got it. Oh, my God. Blaizzy is taking 5 stocks off of Team Midwest.
Oh, man. Blaizzy with the lead and now tacking on more damage.
No. 4 stocks. Whoa. 4 stocks.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're
bad
just
math.
predicting.
Bad math.
You're just predicting the future here, okay? Because Blaizzy is going in. Wait
a second. Wait, save that voice clip, because maybe.
Yes. Toast, get ready. We'll have 2 photos of myself cheering about it, because the stomp sider hits Blaizzy, but it bounces him.
He bounced off the floor, and that reduced his velocity enough to not die. He totally would have died if he didn't hit the floor there.
Oh, one down light. Tries to go for another one. Blaizzy.
He can convert this into a KO.
Oh,
no way.
Here comes the voice clip.
Oh, Zacoi stopped him before it got worse. But here comes Wubz of Team West. There's still 3 stocks of Wubz and 3 stocks of Java on Team West. Yeah. Meanwhile, Team Midwest in the orange is 2 or, well, 1.5 stocks of Zacoi, and then all of Wrench.
It's going to be up to Zacoi to really take the stock here before losing it, I think.
Yeah, he can help his team big time here. He can equalize.
Wubz has proven to be a very stable factor, almost similar to Little Captain on MBBA when it comes to just being able to ensure ensuring that there's going to be 2 to 3 stocks a game. But Zacoi with that neutral sig really catch Wubz off guard.
He down aired right into the neutral signature. That's a crazy. What in the world? Zacoi had to have seen into the future to land that. It just doesn't even. It does not link together in any good way, unless your opponent just dodges right up into it. And, and he did, and somehow Zacoi knew. That's crazy.
Some awesome sentinel tactics.
Zacoi's doing a good job catching up, but Wubz takes the stock, keeps his team in the lead by 1 good stock right now. Wubz has the opportunity to give his team all the lead they need to come away with this victory. And how crazy would that be? I mean, Midwest has been flawless in the crew battles.
Yeah. And we were talking about that earlier. I wasn't even considering taking the crew battle as an option for Team West. I was just kind of like, well, maybe they can do it in 2v2s.
Maybe they'll get the 2v2, right?
But we're seeing Wubz in a position right now where this is such a comfortable position. You don't even really need to win against your opponent in this position. You just have to get the damage enough. But Wubz doesn't care.
Is crazy. Wait a second, what's he gonna do?
Yo, he went the neutral sig!
Oh my! Oh, he's so tricky with these SIGs. He's so tricky with these SIGs. He's not getting punished for him. He can keep doing it.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. He's in a great position where really he doesn't even have to do that much more, so he can just have fun with it. And when you're having fun with it in a Brawlhalla Pro game, you can do things like this.
He's got the axe. Axe is great for this. 1 side air, maybe even a neutral light in the right position. But Zacoi is not going to go down that easy. He's making it real tough for Wubz. And a beautiful neutral sig again. 2 KOs, 2 neutral signatures.
Zacoi's been beautiful with that signature, and he used it in a way to where if the weapon throw was going to connect, he was going to perfectly dodge it and lead into the gravity cancel neutral sig. That got Wubz off the top. So now Zacoi's even up the stocks. Wubz is putting out the signatures, but I mean,
Zacoi is pretty aware now of those signatures. Okay, Wubz takes the stock, and here comes Wrench, the final player in the lineup here for Team Midwest. He's down a full stock. He has 3 to take out 4. Can he do it?
Let's see. This will be a great opportunity for Wrench to really make his name in the crew battles. Because like we were talking about before, Wrench definitely no slouch of a player, but he's been in a position where he hasn't really had to put in the work.
He's been enjoying it too. He's been loving it. He's been loving not having to put too much effort in. But now he's got to clutch it out for his team, and he knew that this would eventually come. You know, that's why he's the last person in the lineup.
Wubz. Ooh, nice shot. The sidelight gets that down air right afterwards, using the momentum. But Wrench, the good D-Light ground pound, takes Wubz out and hasn't lost a stock to it. So now it's going to be Wrench versus Java.
He has completely equalized this. This is based, now it's just a straight up 1v1. Java versus Wrench. Who's going to win it for their team? They each have 5 players on their team.
Double.
He wanted the double. He can still do it. He didn't need to. He slapped him off the side before he could touch it and get his jumps back. Wrench took the stock off of Java in like 20 seconds. Unbelievable.
Photo, tell me a more terrifying sight than a Surrey who just landed a neutral sig on you and then falls without fast falling for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. It's a telltale sign. Everybody knows it.
Like no movement. They're just staring.
It brings me joy. I enjoy. I love seeing it. But Java probably he freaked out on it apparently. What? What?
He went so close.
Almost hit that meteor
recovery
strike. He got him into the wall. Wrenched. Oh my gosh, wrenched. 2 stocks. Unbelievable. Java tries to get the 3-piece on it. Wrench is psyching him out here. Look at this. Look at this. He's barely moving. Oh, and now here he comes. Holy cow. Wrench, lost the stock there. All right, Java. Can Java take 2 stocks off of Wrench with his 1? Especially after the performance that Wrench just did.
We've seen crazier comebacks for sure, but Wrench
that's the kind of play that'll do it, man. A wake-up gravity cancel down sig like that, Bodvar's sword, that's a major spike. You could tell that Java is willing to go the distance. Whoa!
Dude, Wrench's side airs on the edge have been devastating.
Whoa, Wrench! Oh my God, that was so good. I love that neutral air into the down air on Katars. Yeah. That was so slick. What's this reminding you of, Todd?
It's reminding me of why Wrench is so terrified off the ledge, right? This is why Wrench was the only Asuri for so long.
Yeah, we almost forgot.
It's awesome to see. Wrench, however, is getting hit away. Java evens up the stocks of the ground pound.
Okay.
And this is where it gets scary, all right?
This is a desperate situation for Team West here. Can Java really clutch it out? Okay, good start.
He's trying to control the weapon. Awesome 4P.
Whoa, recovery! Oh, he went for it! Oh my God, he went for it!
Wrench does a touch. The recovery doesn't hit the sider, misses. Wrench gets the nail. Okay, Java can't touch back.
Oh man, Java was one sider away from the coolest gimp ever. That would have been so extreme. By the way, look at these team synergy taunts. They definitely coordinated this.
Look at the
they all definitely coordinated this. I got to imagine.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
Wow, what a game, dude. I am so impressed with both Wrenched and Java on that. I mean, dude, look at... Oh, I don't think we're going to see that last Java play there because it's a Midwest highlight reel. But that was... It was so good, so close. Look at this. Slaps him off the side before he
we might see it. It might begin
maybe.
The Midwest highlight reel.
Oh, this here. Oh no, this was beautiful from Wrenched. Yeah, up into the corner.
Wrenched had
and
perfect.
Then, oh wait a second, and then we are gonna see it. We are gonna see it. Boom! Chase dodges down the side, and then he freaking goes for it again. If he landed that sider, that might have just been it. But then here comes Wrenched with the perfectly placed neutral air. He's done. He's already done. Nothing he can do.
What was crazy about that is that Wrenched in the nick of time, fastballs out of the way of the sider.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't dodge it. He couldn't jump out of it. And if he did fastball, it was so crazy that it almost worked. If it hit, that was the game for sure. They're going into game number 2 of the crew battle, and Boomie's not opening up with the Cassidy anymore. Okay.
Back to Onyx. Yeah, we know the proof's in the pudding. I mean, he's been doing so well with the Onyx. The Cassidy seemed like a fun idea, but Blaizzy clearly had that figured out. Wow, double neutral air from Boomie there. Never expect the second one. And let's see if Blaizzy can handle Boomie's Onyx as well as he did the Cassidy.
Oh man, so far it's not looking so good. But Blaizzy had a weak start in the last game as well, and then turned it into a one-stock victory over Boomie. So let's see how this works out as Blaizzy's starting to get his footing. Tries really playing out here. I'm actually excited to see Wrench come up again, so hopefully Boomie doesn't destroy because something I wanted to comment about in those highlights, and this is almost certainly a Monday.
Oh, whoa!
That was amazing. I love the usage of sword ground pound that's been really cropping up in the Pro Series overall. A lot of these combos to maximize the damage and then get that bounce combo right afterwards when they hit the ground. Blaizzy with the neutral light sends him off the left side of the stage and doesn't get the edge guard, but the recovery almost takes Boomie off the top.
Dude, I could not have anticipated, and maybe nobody could have anticipated, just how prepared Blaizzy was for this matchup against Boomie. He's performing better against Boomie than just about anybody we've seen. And you know, I mean, I didn't expect that from Blaizzy. I wonder how the conversation went. I mean, he was playing in the 2v2 before. He must have been like, guys, I got it. I'll take out Boomie. And the rest of his team's like, you sure, bro? And he's like, yes, dude, yes. And he did. He already did. I'm just guessing that's how the conversation went. Maybe.
Well,
maybe Team West supported him 100%.
Well, regardless of whatever the situation is, it goes without saying that Team West has been the most diverse when it comes to approaching all of the matchups, and they've really been looking at their position. They're going like, okay, well, we're clearly the underdogs here in every regard. So how are we going to use the pieces, right? Like, let's use the pieces of the players and create the best strategy for the situation.
Whoa, Boomie's
We've got
really going out there for this.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be the stock.
Wow, perfect stock from Boomie. He is one full stock ahead. He's lapped Blaizzy in damage right now.
And this was where it gets scary. Because if, let's say Blaizzy takes another stock off of Boomie, and Boomie ends up winning it 1 stock to 0, Zacoi could be deleted in those 3 stocks depending on how crazy Boomie can get, right? We see Boomie tear through the middleman in every single one of these Pro Series after they get through the front gate. So let's see what happens here as Blaizzy tries to go in for that signature knockout. Nice job from Blaizzy on the edge, keeping Boomie for a while, but Boomie starts a nice string. Oh, Starlight dips down, tries to catch him again. Lots of damage going on Blaizzy's last stock as that sider connects. That down stick just barely doesn't hit.
Weapon throw into the neutral air, slam dunk down into the ground. He goes for the finisher. Blaizzy avoids it on the other side now, but Boomy fights back. Now with the cannon, Blaizzy's so close to death, and Boomy, oh my goodness, Boomy might finish him off and still have 2 stocks remaining. What's going to happen to Wubz on Team West if Blaizzy goes down right now, leaving Boomy with 2 stocks? I think this might be it. One more hit. Oh, Blaizzy just barely makes it around Boomy there. He's staying on the edge despite, wow. Could have gone back to get the weapon. He decided to go for it unarmed. He gambled and lost, you know? Is a strategic risks. And now here comes Wubz against Boomy with, Boomy's got 2 stocks, man. We've seen Boomy take out, look, his average in a crew battle has got to be somewhere between 4 and 5. And I'm a little surprised Wubz let off the gas there. He had he had Boomy in a checkmate position, but he just stayed on the stage. And Boomy got to get back up for free. Now who knows what Boomy's going to do with the rest of this stock? Oh my gosh!
Well, Boomy knows what he's going to do with the rest of the stock. That was a little brutal. And as you correctly stated, with Wubz coming in second, Boomy is now. Oh, he gets hit with the, I think he barely. I thought he was barely going to survive.
I know.
Onyx
it was
is
close.
just tanky enough.
It's close. Efficient though. You know.
Yes.
Think about it. He's just being really economical.
Right. Right. It's like the signature will only hit when I know for sure.
Dude,
where's
what?
Boomy?
He slid backwards with his. That was so nice.
Oh,
my
I love
goodness.
this.
One more hit. He didn't even need it. Wubz was counting on landing that recovery. And Boomy dodged out of it, and that just took him out. Boomy goes up +1 now, taking 4 stocks from Team West.
Maybe can make it 5. This is such an awesome thing that Cannon can do, that Boomy just did, where when you use, the Cannon down air has the grounded hitbox and the aerial hitbox, right? But if you use it at the edge, you'll get the aerial hitbox, so it blasts over the edge, and then you'll kind of like bounce across the ledge instead of getting the landing animation so that you slide off and you can continue the string. And Boomy was able to do that to take Wubz' stock, and now he's had Wubz permanently on the right side, taking advantage of that Cannon down air on Demon Island. And Wubz might go down to 1 stock here while Boomy's still on his last stock, and this is exactly what we were worried about, right? When we were watching Blaizzy go down, it's like if Boomy manages to make this with a stock left, this could be really bad. Oh, but Wubz, he could do it. He could do it with only being a stock down. Let's see what happens here. Gets hit with the daylight. Nair, Wubz
Boomy is so set on taking another stock off of Wubz, but Wubz fires back. It's not enough. Boomy can still take another stock off of Wubz here. Oh, nope, he got it. Okay, all right.
Huge.
Now
That's
this
so
is
huge.
This is good, but you think about the last game we just watched and how at this point in time Team West was pretty far ahead.
Yeah.
And still Midwest came back and won it. Oh my goodness! And there's another stock. 2 stock lead for Team Midwest right now.
Zacoi is just perfect with the neutral 6 on Sentinel. I love watching it happen.
That's right, yeah. He's really landing it well.
Oh, double neutral light recovery. I mean, that's any guitar band loves to be able to see that connected. You're just absolutely reading your opponent.
It's so impressive. I mean, that just doesn't. I try it so much.
The recovery stuff.
Oh,
it's gone. Deleted.
What? 3 stock lead for Team Midwest right now. Look at what Java's got to run into now. Java's the only player remaining in the lineup for the crew battle on Team West. Midwest here, Wrench is going back to sleep. He's not even at his computer anymore, probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Zacoi! Edge guard! Oh, Java gets him with the side stick anyways. Zacoi goes all the way, slides up. Oh! Wait.
Nice play, awesome. Java. That was a good one.
Way to make the best out of a crappy situation. I mean, Java was getting his teeth kicked in by Zacoi, but at the very end, Gravity cancel down stick. I'm going to hit by the side stick. Zacoi falling off the ledge.
He's so good at that neutral signature.
And he's doing it in a way that you said, like, whether it's off of like neutral light or down air or down light, Zacoi chases where his opponent's going, and he ends the stock with a neutral stick, and he only hits it when he knows it's going to take him off the top. And even on a stage like Demon Island, whoa! Java baited him! What?
Oh my God, Zacoi, no way! He's gotten so much mileage off that neutral sig, and you'd think that means that he's just getting KOs with it, but no, he's saving his own life with it. I can't believe it. He should have been dead. That was a checkmate. Java had it all figured out.
Java's good!
Oh my gosh. This is unprecedented. Zacoi is popping off so hard in this crew battle.
Oh no, Java's gonna go down with only taking one stock. Oh, the down again. Somebody spikes him off the bottom of the stage photo.
That's one for the highlight reel. Oh my gosh. Let's go, Team Midwest. That was hype. What a crew battle. They are the kings of the crew battle. We know this. Holy cow.
Zacoi did half the damage of Boomy, but took
watch
more
this Zacoi
stocks.
highlight reel.
Oh
Look
my.
at that. But wait, this last kill is nutty. Wait, that's not the last kill. This is just
This is
Zacoi
actually.
kill.
I think this is a Java.
This is
down sig.
Oh yeah. Beautiful play by Java there.
Java, breath of life, and then Zacoi was like, "Nah, you only get one. You only get one."
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
man.
all right. Wait. Okay, not this one. Not this one. This one, cool though. That's the big save right there. Oh, glad we got that. Look at that. We're not just highlighting KOs. We're getting everything here.
Dodge is gone. This is just certainly.
Yeah,
the
perfect.
death,
He forced
right?
the dodge out there. He came in when it was needed, and that's the thing.
right,
You know, put the pressure on. Oh, this is it. This is
We
it.
need to slow it. We need to slow
Gravity
it.
cancel. So he net. Oh my gosh. Totally clutched it. That's so awesome. As soon as he shows up, he absolutely shreds. So here we go into the 2v2, ladies and gentlemen. It's a best of 5 between Team Midwest, Tiffany and Phazon, versus Team West, Luna and Zexis. Let's see how this goes.
Yes, Phazon opening up with the Val, Luna on Taros, Tiffany on Barbara, going against Zexis on the Prince. So much axe going to be exchanged here, but Phazon on the Val that we're so used to seeing play. It's a favorite of mine. I'm not so sure I can say a fan favorite, but I know I'm very happy to see Phazon.
I mean,
Val.
we all know Val's a big flavor right now.
Yeah.
But Phazon, look, Phazon was playing Val before anybody, before it was cool. So he gets a pass. He's OG Val.
Sure. I guess the fan favorite for Phazon would be Jiro if it was going to be anything.
That's true. Yeah, that is the fan favorite for Phazon. We can all agree there.
Yeah, but here we go into game number 1 of this best of 5 for the 2v2. West has to win it to bring it to the tiebreaker, in which then I really do think it's anybody's game. We've seen that that's where Team Midwest has been the most vulnerable, is in the 2v2 and tiebreaker sections. I think they remain undefeated when it comes to
tie
crew
game
battles.
right now. They've traded 1 for 1 here. Luna with 3 and Tiffany with 3. Tiffany without a weapon, desperately trying not to get hit. Dealing with it just fine. They're hunting down Luna. Wait a second. Oh, Tiffany slapping Luna off the side. They're looking for the kill onto Luna. There's too many bodies in the way. Tiffany can't throw the weapon down there.
Whoa, Zexis got a nice grounded downer on the platform, ends up hitting Tiffany. Can they take Tiffany's stock here before Luna goes down? Man, Phazon almost goes down to 1 stock. There goes Tiff. Let's see if Zexis can even this up. Sider forces the jump. Oh, I thought they were going to team combo for sure, but they just barely didn't get the starter. Luna hits the wrong way. Phazon pressuring Luna.
Watch out for Phazon, because he's real damaged here, and Zexis too. Zexis and Phazon. They're the. Wait a second. Whoa, a little bit of friendly fire team combo stuff there.
Yeah.
Phazon's down to his final stock. It is rare to see Phazon being the lowest stock count in a 2v2 match. He's very consistently a stock tank.
Yep.
But now, how's that going to affect his gameplay? You know, is he going to be more cautious now? I think it looks like he's starting to let Tiffany take the lead. Oh, here he comes, right? With the support as soon as he needs it. Again.
Whoa.
Let's keep going.
Oh, he charged all the way.
No.
And Luna was like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Oh, that would have been so crazy if they slid into it, though. I've seen it. I would have put it past anybody to accidentally fall into that.
I agree with Tiffany's follow-up attempt there. That was... Oh, Phazon coming in to interrupt the true combo that was happening on Tiffany before it was too late. But Tiffany gets knocked out anyway. Down to her last stock.
Whoa,
Luna's
that
the
was
only
so
person
close.
with the... Oh, again!
Wait, that was so
interrupted
cool.
before the move could finish.
Luna did a hammer recovery, and then Zexis caught them out of the hammer recovery with the neutral sig. That was very neat.
Okay, and there goes Luna's stock.
Zexis has to run.
This is anyone's game here. You look at the health. Everybody's on their final stock. But look at Zexis, who's like 1 hit away from death.
Luna with the save. Down
Luna relieving the pressure off of Zexis when he needed it most, but it's not enough. Zexis goes down. It's all up to Luna. This is a winnable fight for Luna. Look at Phazon's health. He's like 1 hit. Luna could,
he hits the side
that's a good way to start it. If that was on Phazon, he'd be dead. Tiffany had a little bit more health to work with.
You only get 1 of those in a 1v2.
Yeah. But
he gets another one.
There's 2. Luna. Oh my gosh. That
Team
was
West.
awesome.
Team West, I'm being convinced I think they have the best team for 2v2s out of all these lineups after I'm seeing how many times they've changed them up and how many times they've been so successful. And this isn't the good, I mean, they just got their first win yesterday, right? But that wasn't the first time that they've gotten to a tiebreaker either. Team West has been really succeeding in this regard, and they take game 1 against Team Midwest with an amazing 1v2 comeback from Luna.
One thing's for sure is Team West certainly has the most versatile group of players that can manage themselves in a lot of different situations for a lot of different reasons based on who their opponents are. And we can see it in how they swap up their team so majorly every single round. All right, let's go. Game 2. Look, that's a best of 5. That's just game 1. Don't get too excited yet.
That's true.
Anything can happen.
Well,
get really excited, actually. Never mind. Get so excited. What?
Oh, we can get super really excited when Team West brings us to a 2-0 lead at this rate, because so far they started off pretty strong with Tiffany and Phazon. Are fighting back pretty well. They get the silent nair into Luna. Phazon tried to follow up with a nair on the gauntlet. Zexis
what a punish from Tiffany.
Tiff.
Oh my goodness.
Great job from
All
from
Zexis did was get a good hit, and he took so much damage from that because Tiffany and Phazon were so ready to help each other out. That was such a great save. And then the save turned into a whole follow-up team combo. Whoa!
First
big side sig from Luna.
Oh, and the stop side air, the weapon throws, double weapon throws, forcing it high. The side air just barely doesn't hit Phazon as Phazon. I mean, when we see the sweat beads, they know they got nothing left. You just have to shimmy in the air.
Phazon really had to bob and weave his way through.
He gets the knockout, and he still survives. Luna, how do you manage to make this work? I don't understand.
It was a tactical team attack to send him out there so he can go get the kill.
Talk about
Luna,
an alley-oop.
Luna is so damaged with 3 stocks. I mean, you breathe a little too hard on Luna, he's going to die. Oh, and Zexis saves Luna from a true combo finish, but he goes down immediately after.
Zexis.
Oh, my God, Zexis is in trouble.
That's
Phazon scores the KO before Luna can even come down there and help. They got the double edge guard going on Luna. Luna scores the KO.
Is he going to get the double knockout?
That was
he gets the recovery of the grab pound.
No way. He was one
going.
hit away, and Phazon's only remaining option was that single dodge that got him out of it just in time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Luna managed to get the revenge knockout and almost then some on the Phazon. I mean, that's still a ton of damage going on to Phazon's second stock, as it's now 3 stocks to 3. Zexis and Tiff are now the weak links on both teams, but we saw before Luna could take the 1v2, so the Team Midwest really has to watch this last stock here as Phazon gets scooped off the top. Luna goes flying. Oh, what's going to happen here with Tiff? Tiff has taken a decent amount of damage, but they're not out of the game yet. Oh man, Phazon gets a nice side out to Zexis. Zexis is trying to make it back. Luna goes down. Zexis in the 1v2.
Oh, Zexis has got to be careful. Can he survive this edge guard? Ah, no, checkmate position there. Phazon executed perfectly, and now it's all up to Luna once again. Team combo time. Oh no, Tiffany dropped it. That should have been a spear downlight, I think.
Yeah. Still decent damage on the Luna. This isn't quite the same situation as before, where we saw Luna just basically use any signature that they
Here we go. We get to try again. Yeah. Aww. Well, they're still doing good.
I mean, in the end, it's just rough.
Unless, if Luna brings it back now, they're going to really regret dropping that combo. Because it's possible. You cannot count Luna out yet.
Wait,
that's a really good. That's a really good send. Wait a second.
It's
not over. Wait a second. It's not over.
You still have exhausted recovery.
He used the exhausted recovery. A jump would have been enough. The exhausted recovery was just barely not enough. All right, sets tied up 1-1 now as Team Midwest takes the game. Dude, this was wild. This part of the that got so insane. There was so much more insanity that happened after that.
Yeah. That was
holy cow. And there's the checkmate on Zexis. And then oh, Phazon mistimed.
Team Midwest did a very good job capitalizing on splitting up Team West that game. Zexis went down almost purely in moments where Luna was either recovering or just lost their stock. It's that really I think that just got them to a point where they were able to win the game, because we got in a similar situation as game 1. It's just they didn't take as much damage, so the 1v2 was a lot easier to close out. Let's see if Luna can keep Zexis from getting knocked off the side of the stage in those moments as we get into game number 3 now that the set's tied up. Oh, that ground pound was so close.
Tiffany and Phazon just freestyled a combo that I think might have just glazed over. I think a lot of people might have just glazed over. It didn't even look like much, but it was 4 hits and ended up doing a lot of damage. And just in the midst, like totally not a rehearsed thing. Yeah, we've seen the 2v1 combos, but that was just like, you know, back and forth.
Zexis goes down pretty quick.
That's an early stock. Not good for Team West, but they can bring it back. It's not too bad.
Meanwhile,
Tiffany very damaged here. Nice team combo. Oh, interrupted before Tiffany could finish the neutral light. Phazon was so prepared to follow up with a fully charged signature. That probably would have led to a kill. Man, both of these teams have been great at saving each other's teammates.
Ooh, Phazon has no jumps left. He's got to dodge. That's it. Okay,
oh, and Tiffany relieving the pressure again with the saves, man. These guys are so good at that.
Absolutely. Luna goes down. Zex is super damaged. Phazon now, as you said, traditionally playing the stock tank, really living up to it in game number 3. Luna fighting back, though, taking advantage of Tiffany being in a vulnerable position. And Zexis just barely avoids getting hit by the side stick. And now we've got Luna really putting work, and Tiffany's taking so much damage she got onto the second stock, and that side stick nearly takes her out.
Wow. Phazon's still got 3 stocks. Oh. And he takes another one. Oh, my goodness.
He's taken every stock so far on the screen.
Oh, and he does not want to even get hit again. Okay, Zexis scores the downlight, but it's still not enough to kill Phazon. What's going to kill this man? He's still going.
Oh, man.
Surely that's enough. Okay. He was so damaged.
They got to take Tiffany down here.
Tiffany's got to be careful. They got him.
Yep.
Just what you ordered, right? You wanted the breadsticks? They got you.
Oh, right there. Unlimited breadsticks, actually. Oh,
yeah,
nice follow-up from Zexis. What were you saying?
You're watching Midwest. It's always unlimited breadsticks.
Yes, it is. Oh, man. And, okay, Phazon really got damaged. Oh, nice job with the cider there, too. Phazon was doing so well in that first stock, but if they're taking this much damage, but the improvised team combos that you were talking about, Phazon ready to hit the recovery off of Tiffany right away, putting Luna into deep amounts of damage. And Zex is almost on the verge of losing that last stock to a ground pound from Phazon. Phazon really uses every single movement ability to really chase after Zexis. They're in sweat
Keep your eye on
time,
Zexis
but they're aggressive.
I think Zexis' next few moves are going to make or break this game for Team West. He is so close to death on his final stock. Uh-oh, he's alone with the 2 of them. Oh, be careful, Zexis. Oh, my God. Oh, okay. Nice. Avoided it. Luna's back.
This is the first last stock situation for all members that we've had in this 2v2 so far.
Oh, yeah. They've all ended earlier than this. Or one of them would get. Oh, that's a kill. But then Zexis goes down. Oh, Phazon went to save Tiffany. It was so good, but Luna caught the save and killed her anyway. And now it's up to Phazon to fight Luna. This is a pretty close game. This could go either way. Luna's got a bit of a damage lead, but Phazon has got so much 1v1 stats. I mean, statistically, I think this should go Phazon's way, but obviously we've seen Luna compete in 1v1 so much to so much success. This really could go either way. Phazon getting into the red.
Luna's got that clutch factor when it comes to these 2v2 scenarios.
We've seen it.
This is just a 1v1. But the delayed recovery from Phazon.
One more of those might just do it.
Luna's going for the classic
Taros play. Classic Taros play right there. Phazon's not falling for it. And now Luna's got weapon control. Oh, not enough, but getting really close now. Luna wants to finish this, maintaining weapon control. What's it going to be for Luna, the finisher? Oh, Luna clutching it out once again for Team West. Now up in the set, 2-1. Team West only needs to score 1 more victory in the 2v2 to push this match to a tiebreaker. And a tiebreaker would be pretty spicy. It would be Boomy versus Java, which we did not get to see in the crew battles because they're positioned on opposite ends of their lineups.
Right. And that's a matchup that I've been excited to see.
That'd be real spicy, dude. That'd be a real spicy match.
Because when Java really claimed the title of Kingslayer, Boomy was the one he did not slay, right? So
right, exactly. It's still an unconquered realm for Java.
Yeah. But we have to get that far. It's 2-1. We're
going
into
let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, but Zexis really did a great job adapting in game number 3 to the point where they were able to get that. They were able to get that 2v2 scenario where everybody was on 1 stock left, and they just managed to pull it out. Luna in the 1v1 against Phazon. We were talking about all that 1v1 prowess that Phazon has. Luna is just a different player when it comes to these 2v2 matches, and now we've got a 2-1 game points. Let's see if Team West can bring it to the tiebreaker as we're going to game number 4.
Wow. So
Okay.
what's at stake here is that if Team West wins just one more, if they win this game right now, we're going to a tiebreaker. They win the 2v2 round. But Team Midwest in orange has to win twice in a row. What a good combo! Oh man, Zexis interrupted it. A good, not a moment too soon either, because that could have got nasty. It looked like a 0 to death kind of combo they were setting up for.
All right. Oh man, Neutralite hits on the tip. Down to the hit. Zexis almost gets it. Zexis has been going for the greedier punishes off the Sidelight. He's been getting a lot of them often. Sidelight Nair is always confirmed. Sidelight side air much harder to hit, but you feel a lot better when it does connect. That time it misses, and Phazon getting that D-Light recovery onto Zexis almost takes the first stock of the game, but no, Luna surprisingly being the first one to go down, and Zexis the alley-oop from Tiffany.
Beautiful alley-oop. That's
Oh,
a pretty big lead for Team Midwest. Look at Tiffany's health. This could extend quite nicely. Unless, ooh man, unless Zexis lands that side signature. That'll do it.
Oh man, they're just
Oh wow, Tiffany actually disengaged out of that downlight side air, which is a guaranteed true combo, because he was so afraid of getting knocked away. We've seen it happen. Oh man. Whoa, no, Tiffany goes down.
Great job.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tiffany and Phazon of Team Midwest both down to their second stock now. It's a tie game.
The tie game, Luna and Zexis both have the axe, so that while their team combos have a little bit less flexibility,
Nice.
they're a little bit more comfortable with these punishes here. So we're going to see a ton of sidelight nairs coming out from Luna. These anti-air downlights are amazing. Zexis picks up the punish every time Luna gets hit. We see Zexis dash it with a sidelight.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Oh, what a
Wow.
handoff. That was more than an alley-oop. That was like a lateral. There's some kind of football analogy to land that one. That was crazy. Into a stomp? It slid there perfectly into a stomp. It worked so well. Luna now down to his final stock.
placed. Zexis could follow shortly afterwards. Phazon's been great with these edge guards, but no, Zexis turns it around. He gets a grab on Zexis. First time we've seen them get the upper hand on Phazon off stage, and Luna getting a two-hit.
Team West has the opportunity now. Nice punish by Tiffany. Oh, and then slap Zexis off the side. It's an even game. Everybody is down to their last stock, and the health is completely equal. Oh, man. This is spicy. Team West wins this. We're going to a tiebreaker, guys.
Okay, Luna's really getting hunted down by Phazon. On the way back down, Luna gets it down her, tries to go for a second one. Accidental pummel coming up from Phazon on the tip, and the weapon knocked out Tiff's hand, but she picks up a new axe. Phazon.
Tiffany is very damaged right now, but so is Luna. This could go either way.
Zexis is really the only one that's been avoiding damage, and there's that sidelight slider we're talking about. That's how
Tiffany barely alive. How can she survive? Yes. Phazon relieves the pressure just in time.
Does Luna make it back? Oh, he gets the recovery. The exhaustive recovery catching Phazon off guard. The neutral six disarms Phazon. But Luna
Tiffany
goes
gets
down.
the kill. It's all up to Zexis. Team combo. Oh, man. This is winnable for Zexis. Look at their health.
But they have no jumps left. They have to dodge back to the stage, and Phazon's so good at the down. Oh, no, they didn't make it back.
Oh, this is crazy. Oh, Zexis, he's got to clutch this.
He gets him there. Does he get the recovery? Even a ground pound, anything on tip.
So
put
much.
It into a 1-2.
Oh, he lost
gets
his
it with
weapon.
a
Oh, that might be losing the weapon here. It really stinks.
But he's still alive. The platform working in his favor, but the recovery from Tip will take Zexis off the top, and they bring it to a Game 5.
Game 5. Holy cow, that was a wild ride, man. That was a roller coaster of a match.
Yes, it was. I am so ready for Game 5 between these two teams, and I'm being a little selfish. I really want to see him bring it to this tiebreaker, so I'm going to be rooting for Team West a little bit. But you know what? This
just a little bit. Hey, we all want to see a tiebreaker, guys.
It would be very what's the word, relieving for Team Midwest to take this 2v2, because this would put Team West in a situation where they could end the weekend total on day 4 2-2, right, with their match lineup, which would be amazing for them. And I think that would tie, because Team Midwest only won the 2 in a row from last weekend. They're down a game, so it would tie Team Midwest and West with this matchup right here. And that'd be crazy, unreal for anybody looking at the seeds, right?
That'd be a mega upset for Team West to win this.
So we're in a very spicy situation when it comes to how the matches have been playing out with all the teams in the Pro Series. So really big opportunity to prevent that risk from occurring for Team Midwest. Take this game and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You win 2-0, you put Team West in their place, you say that's why we're seeded top 2, and you move out of the weekend 3-1. But Team West is looking really strong. And if we go back to Mammoth Fortress again, it's anybody's game.
I gotta say, I mean, I imagine even if this does go to a tiebreaker, Boomy is not worried.
You think so?
I can only imagine. Well, maybe deep on the inside, but I'm sure he's like, lol, no problem, let's go.
Yeah.
But maybe on the inside he's a little worried. Maybe.
Well, it's tough to say.
I don't know. You never know, man.
It gets a little harder every time. Meanwhile, Team West, like you said, this is momentum against loss of momentum here between these two teams.
Yeah, good point.
So anything's possible. We're in game number 5, and Luna opened up strong with that Nair. Tiff taking a ton of damage. Zexis gets some recovery stuff, but not enough damage on them yet to really worry on Mammoth Fortress. And Luna and Zexis are really trying to take center stage here away from Team Midwest. And it's working. Zexis getting the hits in. The weapon throws from Luna are interrupting the attacks that are hitting Zexis.
Nice
but that alley-oop
almost punish
took
for
Zexis
punish
out.
right there. Okay, Luna's taking a lot of damage. Maybe they could score a good finish on Luna, but Luna always extends that stock so well. Look at that. He gave up the true combo again to bail out knowing that there was a punish coming. That's smart play.
But no punish from Luna off the D-Light recovery from Phazon. Luna trying to get the down light on the jump up, but Phazon gets the down light down air and the side air.
It's not enough. Luna can make it back.
Makes it back. But Zexis takes
tricky using that exhausted recovery at the end. Okay.
Yeah, Luna's been crazy about that exhausted recovery.
Wait, what? Zexis, no! Oh, no! Oh, my. Okay.
Great for Team Midwest.
Midwest might just shut this down without having to go to a tiebreaker here. As Phazon has a stock lead compared to everybody else on the field. Let's see what Phazon does with this lead. Wow, that's not bad. Pretty good start. Whoa, but then he gets slapped off the side. Luna with the KO. And now Tiffany may be in trouble.
Let's see. Luna got a nice down air, side air on Tiffany, but Zexis took a ton of damage from Phazon before Phazon going down to that second stock. Zexis I saw Zexis and Luna are both favoring a lot of these axe downlights to preemptively hit Phazon or Tiff for jumping up in neutral, and Phazon's been adapting really well to just waiting for the downlight to come out and then hitting with like a Val neutral sig right afterwards. And now they've got so much damage on Zexis that they just go down, and now Luna in a 1v2 temporarily brings out the neutral sig off the edge, trying to take a cheeky stock, but they just can't find it, and Team Midwest has secured the lead.
This is a pretty significant lead for Team Midwest as well. I mean, Phazon's like so healthy right now. Maybe West's best option is just focus down Tiffany and try to win the 1v2 on Phazon.
Yeah,
but how well can that work when Zexis has about the same amount of health as Tiffany as well?
That's true. The strategy goes both ways, right? And it's just going to be up to who outplays the other.
Man,
that save from Tiffany stopped Phazon from being hit.
That was so good. And Tiffany's been doing that all day.
Oh, dodged. Double side. That side air just pierces straight through Zexis and also hits Luna. Luna goes down. Zexis has to run for his life.
We need some support from Luna.
Is that it?
Oh, he's still alive, but just barely. Luna relieving the pressure off of Zexis.
Did Zexis get the return knockout?
He thought about following that up, but then he decided against it. Okay, this is winnable. This is looking rough, dude. Zexis has got to be so careful, and he really is. You can see, nice alley-oop. That was beautiful.
The recovery on Phazon. Zexis avoiding all possible hits from Tiff.
Just can't get hit again. If he doesn't get hit one more time, they might win this. Tiffany goes down. It's a 1v2. Oh my God, they might be able to do this.
They could do it. They could bring it to a tiebreaker. Luna hits the recovery, just allowing Zexis to come back. But Phazon fighting back, uses the dodge. No dodge for 3 seconds. The recovery doesn't hit Zexis. Zexis just runs for his life. Luna tries to go for the nair.
Zexis should play back and oh no! That was the follow-up. Okay, all right. It's not too bad. One missed opportunity doesn't mean they lose the game or anything. Phazon's looking really healthy, though, against these two. And even though it's a 1v2, I think maybe the advantage is actually in Phazon's favor.
Okay, they have 4 minutes to hit them with 57 weapon throws and then a side. That's what I'm calling.
Hey, whatever it takes. No, that's the kill. It's a 1v1. Phazon might clutch it out for Team Midwest, or will Luna bring us to a tiebreaker? Oh man, the tension is real. Oh, Luna just actually attacked the wrong way. Are the nerves getting to him?
The center hit. Okay, recovery hits. He's one sidelight in air. Stomp sidelight. They'll bring Phazon into enough damage to where he'll be able to get the kill with the dealer recovery.
He did it.
Phazon
Clutched it out, and Team Midwest wins the match. No need for a tiebreaker here, folks. They clutched it out in Game 5. Wow, it couldn't have been closer than that. Unbelievable. And Phazon with the greatest game he's had all weekend. He took all 6 stocks on that one, man. 800 damage.
Oh my goodness. What a 2v2 coming out from these two
awesome.
teams. I'm absolutely thrilled with how that played out. If it went to a tiebreaker, so be it. It didn't though. And that 1v2 at the very end, Phazon getting the revenge on Luna. Luna had taken a 1v2 and a 1v1 against Phazon to get those 2 wins for Team West. And at the very end, Phazon was able to say, no, we're going to win here. We don't need to go to a tiebreaker. We're going to take it 2-0. And they beat Team West, securing the victory for this Pro Series match.
GG, Team Midwest. Well done.
Wow.
Well done. That was a close one, man. So that means Midwest record is now what, 3-1, and West is 1-3.
Yeah.
And speaking of records, the next match we